Yeah. You already know, man. It's your boy, Hype Fan Eagle, representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey. You already know, man. Shout out to my first time viewers. Shout out to my last time viewers. Shout out to the people that's viewing my video, whether religiously or in passing. You already know, man. If you haven't yet, man, please make sure. Listen, I'm just asking y'all politely, man. Please make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel at Hype Fan Eagle One. That is my YouTube channel for all my Twitter people. And if you haven't, subscribe. You know what I mean? Just go hit that like button, all of that stuff, man. And listen, man, make sure y'all go check out my website at hypewave91.com. Oh, that's a beautiful Corvette. All blue Corvette right there. Make sure y'all check out my website at hypewave91.com, man. I got some nice stuff for y'all, man. I got some beautiful, nice stuff. As you see, man, I'm trying to plug myself in, man. I got some beautiful, nice stuff real quick, man. This is just for y'all, man. You know what I mean? Some nice good stuff, man. Some nice good stuff, man. Go check out the website, man, hypewave91.com, man. Apologize if my thumb in the way. You know what I mean? Some nice good sweat outfits for y'all, man. You know what I mean? Some nice good sweat outfits, man. Go check out the website. You already know, man. We got some stuff to get into today, man. We got some real good stuff, some real important stuff to get into today, man. Like I said, shout out to all the people that's viewing my video, whether religiously or in passing. Let's talk about it. So, a couple days ago, maybe 2 days ago, we had signed this wide receiver name. Oh, whatever his name is, I don't know how to pronounce his name, man. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't know how to pronounce his name for sure, man. I wish I did. So I'm just gonna call him OZ or something like that. I'm just gonna call him OZ or whatever it is. But we signed the wide receiver number 3. You know what I mean? Or wide receiver number 4. He's definitely gonna challenge Quez Watkins for a spot. You know what I mean? That should light up a fire under Quez Watkins. Now, if y'all don't know what I said in my previous videos, y'all know how I feel about Quez Watkins. I feel like Quez Watkins is, you know what I mean? I feel like he can be that. I feel like he can be the perfect wide receiver number 3. Last year, he took a minor step back. You know what I mean? We could equate 2 losses to Quez Watkins, one to the Washington Commanders and one in the Super Bowl. You know, we could have potentially won a Super Bowl and we could have potentially beat the Washington Commanders. We could have been 15-2. 15-2. You know what I'm saying? We could have swept the Commanders just like we could have swept just like we swept the New York Giants. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Quez Watkins know that he need to work harder. You know what I mean? I'm not with the whole, yo, we need a whole nother wide receiver number 3, yada yada yada. Yo, we need to get rid of Quez Watkins. I'm not with that. I see the potential in Quez Watkins. You know what I'm saying? He can stretch the field. I see the potential in Quez Watkins. It's been a lot of times when he have came in the clutch. You know what I mean? But the thing is that the times that he didn't come in the clutch when we really needed him, that pretty much overshadowed everything that he contributed to last year. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So I like Quez Watkins. You know what I mean? But this is a battle for him. This is definitely a battle for him, bringing in a whole nother wide receiver that can potentially be wide receiver number 3 and wide receiver number 4. This is what Quez Watkins had to say about the matter. He said, I'm going to make y'all eat every effing word. I'm going to make y'all eat every effing word. Every effing word. He heard what y'all said out there. But Quez, could you blame us for saying some of these things, Quez? Could you blame us for saying some of these things? No, you can't. You want to know why? Because you have to perform better. That's why they went out and got a wide receiver number 3 or 4. You have to perform better. You have to do better in clutch moments. So this should light a fire up under your ass. You know what I'm saying? Head down and go to work. Go to work, Quez. Go to work, Quez. Go to work. I like you, Quez. I like you a lot, Quez. I like you for real. But you got to go to work. There's no excuses. No excuses. Put your head down like Jalen did and go to work. We don't want to end up with a whole nother Jalen Reagor situation where, though, you talking all of this because you had a down year, but you're not showing and proving. Nah, we don't need that. We don't need that, Quez. We do not need that. You feel what I'm saying? This what and so listen. We bring in another wide receiver from the Atlanta Falcons. You know what I mean? And people brought up his past and what he had to say. You know what he said about the Philadelphia Eagles in the past. I don't really hold his past to him. Like I'm just not one of those people that dig up some old tweets and then whatever you said back then. This is what you mean now. I'm not doing that. This is what this guy was saying back then. You know what I mean? He was pretty much ridiculing or pretty much talking smack about some of the Eagles or whatever. Like, just look at it. I can't read it right now because I'm driving. But if y'all are able to zoom in, you know what I mean? He was pretty much going there. I'm gonna leave this up because maybe y'all can read it. Like maybe y'all can squint and read it. But he was pretty much going in on some of the Eagles, calling a lot of Eagles fans delusional, calling them we got the worst fan base. But this was back in 2013. He wasn't even in the league. I don't even think he was in college. He probably was in the 11th grade, 12th grade, something like that. You feel what I'm saying? So, no, I don't hold none of this stuff to OZ. Wait, let me make sure I'm saying, okay, yeah, OZ. I don't hold none of this against him. This is how he felt before he even thought about going to a college, thought about being in the league, thought about being an Atlanta Falcon, thought about ever getting traded to the Eagles. This was his thoughts. Maybe he was a fan of another team, but this was his thoughts right here. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't hold none of that against him. I definitely don't hold none of that against him. You know what I mean? While he was with the Atlanta Falcons, this was his stats. This was his stats while he was with the Atlanta Falcons. 2020, he played 11 games, had 32 targets, had 20 receptions, 274 yards, 13.7 per. 2021, 17 games, 53 targets, 31 receptions, 406 receiving yards, 13.1 per. You feel me? 2022, 17 games, 61 targets, 40 receptions, 533 yards, 13.3 per. So his production went up every year. Every year. Made some tough catches as well. So this is competition for Quez Watkins. What's going on, Drew Johnson? What's going on, my boy? This is competition for Quez Watkins. It's competition for Quez Watkins. You know what I mean? So Quez Watkins, no more talking. Go and put the work in, because I'm pretty sure he coming in to put in the work. One of y'all got to get that wide receiver number 3 spot. And me being a little biased, I hope it's Quez Watkins. But I won't be mad if he come and take your spot, Quez Watkins, because that's what he there for. So come in and put in the work. Also, in other news, we have Matt Patricia on the team, ladies and gentlemen. I guess they want to spice it up by saying he is our senior defensive assistant coach. Whatever that means, he's on the defensive side. He's with the Philadelphia Eagles. A lot of people don't like this move. I'm not mad at it for a couple of reasons. I understand his coach pencil. I understand all of that. I truly understand all of that. Did I go the right way, or did I make that right turn, or did I keep going straight? I think I ended up. I should have went the other way. I don't think I went the right way. But with all that being said, a lot of people don't like him. Because him being behind Bill Belichick and then him going to the Detroit Lions and not being successful with the Detroit Lions. You know what I mean? Him just holding that pencil all day. But people got to understand, though, as a defensive coordinator under Bill Belichick, he was real successful. As a head coach for the Detroit Lions, that's where he failed at, because he tried to adopt the whole Bill Belichick style as a head coach, and he failed there exponentially. Whatever big word you want to put right there. He failed, ladies and gentlemen. But as a defensive coordinator, yes, he is very good. We already have a defensive coordinator. So if he could be an assistant to the defensive coordinator that we already got, that's a plus. That's a plus. That's a very good move. We all listen, you're always going to need extra help. You know what I'm saying? When we had Shane Steichen, or whatever his name is, or whoever it was. I'm not even sure if it was Freddie Roach or not. It was one of those. It was one of those defensive coordinators that we hired to be a consultant for the Philadelphia Eagles. But whether that was on the offensive side or the defensive side, but we hired somebody. You know what I mean? With experience in that department. We just hired Matt Patricia with experience on the defensive side. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at it. I'm definitely not mad at it. I'm just glad that he's not our defensive coordinator, but to be an assistant for our defensive coordinator, that's a plus to me. That's a plus. Drew Johnson said, like his vibe, don't mess with the chemistry. That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's why I'm like, yo, I'm not mad at him being assistant to our defensive coordinator. I'm just happy that he's not our defensive coordinator. I'm happy that he's an assistant to the defensive coordinator. He can help in some areas. You know what I mean? Because he was very good under Bill Belichick as a defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not mad at that. But we got some things going on, man. I feel like our offense will be very good. I feel like going into the draft, we don't have to worry about skill positions. We could go in, hey, if we want to load up on the defensive side, let's load up. If we want to get some offensive linemen and load up on the defensive side, now we are capable of doing those things because we don't have to worry about a quarterback. We just locked up Jalen Hurts. We don't have to worry about A.J. Brown. We locked him up. We don't have to worry about Smitty. He will be locked up in the next year or two, and he's under a rookie contract. We don't have to worry about the offensive line because majority of them is locked up. We don't have to worry about the running back position because we got a couple good running backs. And if we do bring in another running back, then so be it. That's just an added piece to what we already have. You know what I'm saying? So if we want to go in the draft and worry about strictly defense, if we want to pile up on defense and get some O-line, man, we can do that because we are set. Defensive coach. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's who we hired in the for the Super Bowl. A defensive consultant. Thank you, Drew Johnson. I appreciate that. But we could go, like I said, we could go in the draft and not worry about trying to get a quarterback, trying to get a wide receiver, trying to get whatever it is we need on the offensive side. If we go in and get an offensive lineman, I'm okay with that because you could always use extra offensive linemen. You could always use another plug-and-play running back. But you don't have to go in the first drive and get him. You could go in the second. You go in the second round. My bad. You don't have to go in the first round to get him. You could go in the second round. You could go in the second round. We are good, ladies and gentlemen. We are good coming up in the draft, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of our first time experiencing something like this. You know what I'm saying? We finally got the luxury to do what we want and not have to worry. We got the luxury to do that. So going into this draft next year, next week, I am 100% excited. I'm excited. Listen, I will try to either be on Spaces or just do a watch party. You know what I mean? That's my goal. I'll probably end up doing one of the two. I will let y'all know during my next video, man. Thank you, Drew Johnson, for tuning in, man. You already know, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube. Make sure y'all check out my website at hypewave91.com. You already know, man. It's your boy Hype Fan Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey. Shout out to everybody, man. Gang.